I finally bought my Apple Dream workstation. And no, it is not this one. But it is this chunky big boy over here. Only drawback, it is from the last millennium. So why did I buy this? Well, when I was a kid, I had a Pentium 166 MHz with only 16 megabytes of RAM. And when you go through some computer magazines and you list and you see this expensive piece of hardware, of course you do want it. Probably I will be using it just to play games, but still. Now, this particular piece I bought just for a couple of dollars because I knew it is not working. As you can see, it is even missing a floppy drive, and I had only a couple of photos on the auction I participated. And I know even in the inside something is missing. However, I thought I can fix this, but what I have found inside was not good. So let's go and check what is inside. Now, before we crack open this thing, I just want to say that I really love this lock because you can just put a standard padlock on it and you won't be able to open the case with a lever. So I don't know if this case would be in some office so someone wouldn't steal RAM sticks or something like that. So easy to open the case, just one move. And inside I have the graphic card, which is just a standard ATI Rage 128 with 16 megs of RAM. Nothing special, but still quite good card for that time. I don't know if it's working, but good to have it. In the inside, the memory is missing completely, but this is easy to get. The hard drive is missing, so yeah. There is also missing the standard zip drive, which is present in the first generation. I mentioned the floppy. The Mac G4 first generation came standard with zip drive or without it with an option of it. And I won't even remove that box in behind because it is full of gunk on the active core. Now the biggest problem is the CPU. I knew that the cooler was missing. However, there is a crack on the CPU and this is absolutely not possible to repair. I don't know how this happened. I mean, I'm curious who had this computer and how they removed this cooler from it. So yeah, we still have a DVD drive, the power supply, the motherboard, the graphics card. So I don't know, maybe this is for some future project, for some case modding to make a Hackintosh or something like that. In some later videos on this channel, this will be a nice project. So in summary, no hard drive, no memory, no CPU, no zip drive. So overall, not a good buy at all. With that in mind, I started to look for those parts online. And I found out that those parts could be quite expensive to fix this lackey box. But I stumbled upon one good deal, where the seller claimed he has a fully functioning Power Mac G4 all-in-one. So I bought this. I know this is a little bit a pivot from initial intentions, but still, let's unbox what I got, as I still didn't try it out if it even works. The box that came was well packaged, so yeah, happy with that. And from the first look, the case is well preserved, looking almost as new. And on this one I have even those covers for the drives, which is nice. And inside the box I didn't get only the case, but also I got original Apple keyboard, which has also an USB hub in it, with the addition of also original Apple mouse, also called the Hockey Puck mouse, with its own holder. So this is an old school ball mouse. I'm not a big fan of this one, but still a nice addition for the complete retro look. And the biggest surprise for me that I also have the original installation manuals and all of the discs that came with it. They are on German, but that is not a problem. And lastly, I also got a white power supply cable. So let's hook up everything together and let's try it out. Now, only thing I'm missing is the Apple Studio display, so that would be a cool addition to it, but if I find a good deal, I'll buy it. For the time being, I'm just gonna use the Acer LCD from that era. And the moment of truth, let's start this thing. Okay, we have sound. The cooler is quite loud, so this will need a repair. And we have some output on the screen. Alright, macOS 9.2. Willkommen on German. System wird gestartet. Very nice. Alright, we are in the operating system. Seems to be working. Let's switch to the video capture to inspect this thing. This is the maximum resolution I could get. in video capture, but that is okay. Let's see the system profile, what we have inside for the hardware. So yeah, Mac OS 9.2 on German. We have 4 sticks of RAM, so total of 2 gigabytes, which is an absolute overkill. Let's see devices. So we have the keyboard, the official one, Apple with hub. The mouse is the Apple one. So yeah, everything looks nice. The drives, so we have 2 hard drives, one of 40 gigabytes and one of 80 gigabytes. Both Maxtor. We have an optical drive which is CD-ROM. Okay, so this was switched by default. It came with a DVD. And the graphic cards is the ATH 128 Pro with 16 megabytes of VRAM. So this will play some games for sure. Overall looks cleaned up, so it was probably restored before I bought it. Let's shut it down and let's have a look how it looks from the inside. Okay, after we open it, we can see it looks quite clean. The cooler is present on the CPU, which is nice, clean. The graphics card is here. 2 drives, as also the system showed. Only the noisy core should be greased up or replaced. And those 4 sticks of RAM. So everything looks great. And if you check the sticker on the case itself, I got the EMC 1843, which by default came with 400 megahertz. So this is the one, Sawtooth Project E. It came by default with 64 megabytes of RAM, so this was upgraded. However, it shows 2 gigabytes, so this is a wrong entry on Wiki. By default, it came with 10 or 20 gigabytes of drive, so we have upgraded over here. It came with DVD-ROM, so this was downgraded. And the OS that we can put, the latest one is the Mac OS X, the Tiger. However, I'm gonna leave the classic Mac OS just for the old software to be fully compatible. So how much did it cost me all in total? So the non-working box was around $15, which is not bad because someone would pay, including me, just for the case. As for some case modding, Hackintosh as already mentioned. The functioning one, which is in great shape, was around $70 plus shipping, which is not at all bad, considering that I also got the mouse, the original one, the keyboard, which has an USB hub, and all of the original software. So all in total, with the shipping, was around $100. So if we look at the current state of first gen PowerPC G4 that are sold on eBay, we can see that prices around $100, but look at this, no drive for parts, no power, no drive, no power read, missing drive, which are more expensive. And also not to forget the mouse, which is being sold for $20, $30 or more, and the keyboard, that particular model, for $40, $30, 20 something dollars. So yeah, with also the possibility that the prices may and probably will rise for those vintage retro components and computers. If you look at the prices when this Mac was released, we can see it was $2,500 for the model that I have, up to the $3,500 for better models. And with all the upgrades that it has, that was even much more. And if you check for the inflation from the year 1999, this would be $4,500 today, which is quite a lot, and no way I could afford that back in the time. Am I happy with the buy? Yeah, of course. And what is next? Well, I'm gonna put an English version of classic Mac OS on it, install some software, and of course some games. So see you in some future videos regarding all that.